late night, midnight reading. We're putting the poll up again right into it. So yes, we're going red. It's gonna be just reading serial killers and would you survive them or not. So the first killer we're reading is Tony. We're gonna read just serial killers. Hmm. Yeah, so the first killer, here's the poll. I don't know if I could, yeah, I can't grade. So this is Tony Albliss. All right, would you survive or die trying? For Tony Albliss, let's read. Let's click him. I'm gonna show him too, okay? We're gonna show the killer. Here's Tony. Tony Albliss, everybody. We're reading him. Would you survive Tony Albliss or die trying? We're gonna find out here. Okay, so Tony Alvin Albliss, born December 28th, 1954, is an American serial killer convicted of multiple homicides in the Tampa Bay area. Let's see if I can read this better. Officially convicted of 2 murders, he was linked through DNA evidence in 2006 to 2 additional cases. The 1983 killing of 84-year-old Evelyn McCullen and the 1987 death of his 31-year-old girlfriend, Deborah Kaiser. Despite the romantic involvement, let's see, look at him. Despite the romantic involvement, Albliss was not charged with killing Kaiser, nor has he been tried for McCullen's murder. He is currently serving a life sentence for the 1990 murder of another girlfriend, 48-year-old Marilyn Burns. Let's see the murders, okay? Let's see if he'd survive this serial killer. This guy, let's see, stare at him. Jeez. Tony Alvin Albliss, at age 16 in 1970, was involved in a robbery in St. Petersburg, Florida, during which a man was killed. Albliss was subsequently arrested and in March 1971 pleaded guilty to first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence. After serving 12 years in state prison, Albliss was released on parole in 1983 and found employment as a construction worker. 5 months after his release on June 25, 1983, Albliss entered the apartment of 83-year-old Adeline McCullen, a retired widow from Rochester, Massachusetts, by breaking through a window. McCullen was suffocated with a pillow, and her apartment was burglarized. The incident surprised the neighborhood tenants, who described McCullen as a reserved yet friendly elderly woman. On February 14, 1987, Deborah Kaiser, a 31-year-old woman, what the freak? Yes, a 31-year-old woman from Monterey, California, was assaulted and murdered. Kaiser was last seen the previous day making a phone call from a payphone in front of an apartment building. A bystander came across. Where am I out here? A bystander came across her body along a path close to Lake Rosier Park Bridge, dressed only in a blue blouse and jacket. Bruises were observed on her legs with a pair of blue jeans found beside her body. Although Albliss was in a romantic relationship with Kaiser at the time, he was not arrested as a suspect in a murder. On June 4th, 1990, Albliss was involved in a physical altercation. So that's the murders. Okay? Yeah, okay. Would you survive this serial killer? Tony Albliss, would you survive or die trying? Shit. I'd say, the real viewer is going to answer this question here. I would survive. Yeah, I would survive, for sure. Hands down. Okay, let's find another one. Let's try another one. So yeah, Tony Albliss, I say I would survive him. We have to take him out. think we're gonna go hand to hand here. So what we're doing is seeing if we can survive a serial. The first one was Tony Albus. Would you survive or die trying? So we're gonna switch to another one, and I'm looking for. Here we go. Let's do this. So this is the next serial killer. Get your vote in. This is gonna be Francisco. Acevedo. So this, we're gonna read about him, and we're gonna see, would you survive or try trying? When it comes to Mr. Acevedo, survive or die trying. Hmm? Would you survive? That's going to keep it simple. That's yes or no. That's the title, and that's what we're doing tonight. Would you survive? We're gonna go blood red on that. Let's read about Francisco Acevedo, and we should probably take a good look at him, or we stare at his face and we read about him. So here it is, Francisco Acevedo, serial killer number 2 for the night. Would you survive? Okay, so Francisco Acevedo, born September 2nd, 1968, is an American serial killer who was convicted of strangling 3 women to death in New York between 1989 and 1996. Acevedo was linked to the murders in 2009 after voluntarily giving his DNA as a parole condition for drunk driving. In 2012, he was sentenced to 75 years to life imprisonment. Francisco Acevedo was born in Meridian, Connecticut on September 2nd, 1968, one of 3 children to Yardirius Acevedo. His parents divorced when he was 14 years old, after which he moved in with his father. According to records, he abused alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine at the age of 12. Acevedo dropped out of high school during his freshman year and worked a series of jobs, including as a laborer, a cook at a pizzeria, a dishwasher at Testa's Silvertown Inn, and a midnight baker at Dunkin' Donuts. In the 1990s, he was living in Mount Vernon, New York. He met his wife while working at New Way Kitchen, with whom he would have 2 sons. On July 3rd, 1986, 3 years before his first known murder, Acevedo picked up a woman in his company truck in Meridian and drove her to a secluded area where he bound her hands blindfolded and assaulted her. The woman fled after he fell asleep, and he was arrested and sentenced to 10 years in prison. He was released in June 1988. On November 11, 1997, he was charged with third-degree assault on his wife in Yonkers. However, the charge was later dismissed. On August 30th, 1998, he was arrested again for breaking his wife's nose after punching her in the face. He was convicted of a misdemeanor and served 9 months in jail. Acevedo was arrested in Brentwood on January 26, 2009, his 4th time for drunk driving. While in prison, he gave a sample of his DNA as part of an optional parole application. His DNA was linked to evidence from 3-decade-old murder victims. And there was Mr. Acevedo. Let's see how he did his victims. Each victim was naked and beaten and was posed after their deaths. Oh, shit. All right, hold on. Let's read more about Acevedo. Each victim was found naked and beaten and posed after their deaths. Investigators were aware of the murders being connected due to matching DNA found on each victim. However, they had no suspect whose DNA matched prior to Acevedo's arrest. Acevedo maintained his innocence, claiming that he had intercourse with the victims, but he had no involvement in their murders. He was acquitted of 3 counts of assault, as the victims were known prostitutioners. He was found guilty of the murders on the first day of jury deliberations and was sentenced 3 times to 25 years to life imprisonment, each to be served consecutively, totaling to a minimum of 75 years. He is currently incarcerated at Greenhaven Correctional Facility. All right, Francisco Acevedo, would you survive? Oh, rear viewer, audience, what do you think? Damn. You know, the first guy, you know, I had a chance. This guy here, do we have a chance? Let's take a big look at him. Would you survive, Mr. Acevedo? Yeah, the real viewer's gonna say no. This guy is a vicious. So we're saying no to Mr. Acevedo. Okay, so what we'll do is get another one. See who we got. Wow. Okay, let's do this one. So we are all that rage more. So we have the next one up, guys. Serial killers, nothing but. So Joshua Julius Anderson, would you survive? Damn, let's take a look at him. We'll talk a little bit about him and we'll switch. We're gonna look at him. I read a little bit about him. We'll switch to me and finish it off. Cause I gotta scroll. So this is Joshua Julius Anderson. Would you survive the serial killer? Let's go. Joshua Julius Anderson was born June 17th of 1987 as an American serial killer who killed at least 4 people in a 3-month time frame between 2006 and 2007 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was arrested on the same day as his final 2 murders. He confessed soon afterwards. He was sentenced to 4 life terms and an additional 35 years imprisonment. Joshua Julius Anderson was born on June 17, 1987. At age 15, he was accused of shooting with intent to kill in Mesquite. However, the warrant was recalled less than a month later. In June 2005, he was charged with kidnapping, concealing stolen property, and domestic assault and battery. As part of a plea deal, he pleaded guilty to the domestic assault and battery, but had the kidnapping and stolen property charges dismissed. He was charged with shooting another person, but the case was dismissed a month later due to weak witness testimony. Okay. All of the murders were committed within a few blocks of each other in a neighborhood just north of downtown Tulsa. The area was known for its drug problem. Anderson, who lived near the murder scenes, was known as the neighborhood bully and caused fear throughout the town. At that time of his arrest, Anderson had committed a third of Tulsa's homicides that year. On November 5th, 2006, 34-year-old Evaristo Tovias Jr., armed with a knife, was looking for drugs. A fight between him and A.C. Anderson, Joshua's brother, subsequently developed, during which they beat up Tovias. Joshua then produced a double-barreled shotgun and fired at Tovias once, hitting him twice. He then stole the knife from Tovias' body because he liked the way it looked and fled the scene, shotgun in hand. Okay, let's switch back to me and finish this crazy psycho. On January 23rd, 2007, 30-year-old Christopher Madero, wanting drugs, walked with Joshua and AC to a drug dealer. There, an argument developed, and Madero retrieved an ice pick. Joshua fatally shot him with a .22 caliber revolver and robbed his body at $3 before fleeing in his brother's car. On the same day, witnesses saw Anderson shoot David Gilbert, 26, to death for revenge, as the two had an altercation earlier that day. However, he was never charged with that killing due to insufficient evidence. On February 2nd, 2007, AC told Joshua that 52-year-old Herbert Hobbs had money in his pocket. Joshua, armed with a revolver, went to the Hobbs home with the intention of robbing Herbert. Upon arriving at the residence, he tied up Herbert and his 69-year-old mother, Rosemary, and stole $300. Joshua then left the house, but returned because the victims had seen his face. Although they had freed themselves, Joshua threatened them with his revolver. At gunpoint, he forced the two to engage in acts and with each other before fatally shooting them. Afterwards, he ate part of Rosemary's brain. He proceeded to douse the house in gasoline and set it ablaze before fleeing. Nah, ain't surviving this guy. Joshua Julius Anderson, would you survive? Ram reviewer, did y'all hear that? He ate the brain, and he made him do acts before he ate their brain. Let's take a look at him. And here he is, Joshua Julius Anderson, eats brains and makes do humiliating acts. Would you survive? No. Ram reviewer says no. This is another no. No, I would not survive it. God almighty. What are we doing? Let's check another one. I don't want to get somebody I want to get somebody new. All right, let's read this one. So this is going red, blood red. Add a donate to the Cash App, guys, if you want to help the channel and get monetized. Alright guys, this is Patrick Franklin Andrews. Would you survive? There is no picture of him, so we're give me a moment, we will be back. Take a look at him, but there's no picture. Okay, so looking at this one here. Alright. So this next one here doesn't have a picture of people. So no picture for him. This is Patrick Franklin Andrews. Would you survive this serial killer? On August 4th, 1997, Andrews shot and killed 18-year-old Robert Ward, whom he had a beef with, in Washington, D.C. On July 2nd of 2000, he and another man, Randall C. Mack, also shot and killed a man named Dion Rivers. The shooting happened the day after an altercation between Rivers and David Brady, a friend of Andrews and Mack. Brady told them that Rivers had shot firecrackers and that one of the men almost hit his girlfriend. Brady was angry, but his girlfriend told him to let it go, and the incident initially ended without violence. On May 15th of 2002, Andrews and Mack were both found guilty of first-degree murder while armed, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime of violence, and 2 counts of each of 3 weapons offenses: carrying a pistol without a license, possession of an unregistered firearm, and possession of ammunition for an unregistered firearm. On June 12th of 2002, Andrews was found guilty of another count of first-degree murder, possession of a firearm during a crime of violence, carrying a pistol without a license, and the killing of Ward. He was ultimately sentenced to a total of 35 years to life. On October 7th of 2007, Andrews killed fellow inmate Jesse Harris at USP Hazleton in Hazleton, West Virginia, with the help of inmate Kevin Bellinger. 28-year-old Harris was stabbed 20 times at 6:30 p.m. with a shank by Andrews after being ambushed by the duo while returning to their cells. According to statements in the court, Andrews, Bellinger, and Harris had known each other while living in Washington, D.C. prior to their imprisonment. Okay, Patrick Franklin Andrews, would you survive? There's no picture of him. So would you survive this killer? This serial killer? Yes? Somebody out there said yes. Franklin Andrews, really? There's no picture of this man. I'll show you a picture of the next. I always try to show you a picture, but all right. Thanks for the vote. Patrick Franklin Andrews, you survive. All right. I love the fucking honesty, man. Whoever that was. Hey, Jay Gamer. Hey, hi, man. Thanks for voting, bro. Yeah, we're reading about serial killers and seeing if you would survive them or not. So thank you, man. How are you? Jay Gamer 16786, man. I don't know if you can hear me read, dude. I'm really tired and it's very late and I have to be quiet because I do have little, people in other rooms. What do you think? Can you hear me? Let's do another one, yes? Let's do one we don't hear about, right? Okay, you hear me nice? Okay, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm like, I sound groggy. We're gonna do another one, okay? Let's do another guy. So we're gonna do another serial killer. Let's see if you can survive this one, Jay. All right, Jay Gamer? You can survive that other dude, huh? Let's see about this guy. This guy might have your numbers. I don't know. You're gonna be able to take him. All right, so let's read him real quick, right? We're gonna show him. While I read, then I'll show me, okay? Would you survive this dude? Oh, sorry. Yes. All right, so Jay Gamer, what's up? What about this guy? All right, so this is the next guy. It says Richard Angelo, Jay Gamer. This is Richard Angelo, okay? I don't know if you can hear me, dude. We're going to read this sucker right here. All right, so Richard Angelo, born August 29th, 1962, is an American serial killer and former nurse who operated within Long Island and West Islip, New York. In 1989, he was convicted of murdering several of his patients and sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. Angelo was born on August 29, 1962, to parents who were both working in education. His mother was an economics teacher and his father was a high school guidance counselor for the Lindenhurst School District on Long Island. He graduated from St. John the Baptist High School. And he said no already. He's like, fuck the murder. I think he was a hot dog stand worker. Oh, shit. Really? No, I think you got the wrong one. Do you? You think about the Wendy's guy, no? The hot dog. Let's see if you're right, dude. Let's see the murders. All right, ready? No, he was the nurse. Yeah, he was the nurse, dude. Ready? So Angelo first came to the attention of the public in October of 1987. Um, yes, when he was suspected of poisoning a patient, and then Good Samaritan Medical Center. He was accused of injecting Germello Cucci with pancreonium, a muscle relaxant, via his IV. The patient felt unwell after the injection. Let me go to my face now. I'm done looking at this ugly fuck. Psycho. The patient felt unwell after the injection and later paged a nurse to help him. Angelo was arrested for assault on the 73-year-old patient because he was the only person to match the description given to the police. Following his arrest, Angelo confessed to having poisoned other patients with the same drug, both of which are paralytic agents, and these are so as many as 30 recently deceased patients were exhumed and examined for traces of these powerful paralyzing agents. In all, Angelo was suspected of poisoning at least 35 people at the hospital while working there for 7 months. Though the medical examiner was unable to conclusively attribute the deaths to the injections, he claimed that his motive was to portray himself as a hero. After poisoning his victims, he would wait until they went into cardiac arrest and then come by and save them in front of his colleagues. He was held in Suffolk County Jail for more than a year, awaiting trial. He declined bail, and blah, blah, blah. And he's in fucking jail for life. So that's a lot of people he killed. But we can't mention Angelo. He says, no, wait, you have 1 kid subscriber, only 1 to 5 people in streams. Yeah, man, most of the subs are more than likely bots, dude. At some point, I think, I'm not sure why YouTube doesn't get the bots away, you know? But yeah, I don't know why either, dude. That's why I'm saying they're bots, Jay. I don't know why I have those many subs. I came back just a few days ago, bro. I was gone for 4 years. I just started streaming nonstop 9 days ago, bro. So yeah, I don't know why either, bro. They're probably bots. I don't know why YouTube doesn't remove them. I hate it. I'm demonetized, brother. I am demonetized. Long time ago. So, and we vape. So yeah, you won't survive Richard Angelo, huh? Okay, Jay. Yeah, man, there's a reason for it. I go into the reasons of my lives, brother. But I'll go into them all day. But Richard Angelo, huh? He's sicko. I'll tell you, don't ever get sick and have him as a nurse. All right, we're going to do another one, all right? This one. I think I know your answer on this one, dude. Like, just by the photo of the serial killer. I think I know your answer, Jay. But we'll see, brother, right? You never know. You might think you can't handle this dude. So this is the next serial killer up. Would you survive this serial killer, basically? Yeah, that's him. Okay. Would you survive, Jay? Because you're the only person watching. The rest are more than likely bots. Thank you, Jay, though, for hanging in there. I have actual people, but that's great, though. No, that's great, bro. I don't know how to get, like, removing the subs. You know what I'm saying, man? If that's even an option, I would love to remove them. I know how to, like, remove people I'm sub to, you know? But not to remove the subs. I would love to, though. It just looks stupid. like, right? You come in, you're like, what the fuck, rare reviewer? You have 1.5K subs, but one person, nobody watching. Let me see. Oh, yes, here we go. William Dale Archer. Would you survive, Jay? So let's read about him. William J. Archer. William Dale Archer was an American serial killer who killed at least 3 people with insulin injections between 1956 and 66 in Northern California. He was the first ever to be convicted using an insulin as a murder weapon in the U.S. He's just suspected in 3 more cases. So, this guy here. And let's read a little more about his murders, hopefully. Here you go. Archer was arrested. Where is he at? Oh, he disappeared on me. Come on back, brother. There he is. Beautiful face. Archer. Is he going on me? There he is. Archer was arrested in July of '67 in Los Angeles for the 3-fold murders using the insulin. He was convicted of killing his own wife with it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much what he did. Yes, you would. Okay, maybe. No, you're good. No third option, bro. It's yes or no in life. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything in between that, you're bullshit lying. You know, I'm the real reviewer, bro. You know, I like these other YouTubers. You know, Jay, giving you the third option. There ain't no third option. You know, it's either yes or no. You know, when it comes to the serial killer, right? Especially trying to murder you, you say maybe. I don't think he's gonna say maybe. Maybe I'll kill you later. So depends where, right? Yeah, man. You think so? Jay, gamer, you're telling me you got a channel, bro. I'll sub to your stuff, brother. I said I'm demonetized. It doesn't matter if you sub, brother. I'm never getting paid from YouTube. Um, William Dale Archer, you would survive him, huh? Because of the insulin, yeah. Very good, my friend. Very good. Next, that was a weird one, huh? But you could take that motherfucker, right? Take that. Take your insulin and shove it, dude. Right? You're getting, depends where. Yeah, I get it, brother, you know. I'm trying to look for a sick killer that's quick. Okay. I like this guy. Oh, shit. What the fuck is he doing? All right, let's check this dude out. Jay. So, Jay. This is Danny Lee Barber. Okay. Let's read the full shit on him real quick. He's got a short little bio. Would you survive? So, would you survive this killer out there, right? Real reviewer wants to know. Jay, at a party, probably not a house, and we'll probably catch him. Okay. Hey, man. Whatever, by any means necessary, right? So here's Danny. Let's take a good look at Danny Lee Barber. Oh, would you? I can't even spell. Hold on, man. So Danny Barber. Yeah. Danny Barber. Sounds familiar. He was like my next door neighbor. Right, Jay? Okay, let's read him quick. All right, Jay, what do you think about this guy? Ready? Here he is. Well, that's not him. Here he is. Daniel Barber. Daniel Lee Barber was an American serial killer, necrophiliac, and burglar who murdered 4 people around Dallas County, Texas between 1978 and April 1980. He was convicted of 3 of the murders, sentenced to death for 1 of them, and executed by lethal injection in 1999. On October 8th of 1979 in Bulchard Springs, Barber entered the home of 50-year-old Janice Ingram carrying a piece of pipe he had picked up in her backyard, intending to break through a window and burglarize the house. He instead discovered an open door and walked in on a startled Ingram, who began to scream. When she would not stop, Barber bludgeoned her around the head and face with the pipe and stabbed her in the throat, killing her. Ingram's naked body lay undiscovered for over 2 weeks before being found on October 26 by her mother, Ruth, and brother Roy. Both Janice Ingram and Ruth were already known to Barber, who had previously done manual work on the grounds of their properties. Hey man, just want to wish you the best of luck and everything. Believe in yourself and work hard. All love, man. Ben Zerat. S5Z. Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for the love, brother. Hey, Ben Zerat, thank you. That was a sweet dude. That was. Thank you, Ben. Ben, thank you. All heart, baby. Like, right? Like Big John, right? We all heart. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Ben. Thanks for stopping in, man. You too, man. All success to you, man. Be in my thoughts, man. What goes around comes around. That's good blessings come around. Thank you. J2 as well. All you guys. Thank you. Yes. Oh boy. Really appreciate it. Yeah. 2 people for the 1.7K subs, right? I appreciate you guys, man. Diamonds in the rough. Diamonds in the rough. I really do, guys. Sorry it's late and I'm tired. My voice is cracking. Don't know how much longer I could go. So we have a vote. Danny Barber, would you survive? Somebody said yes already. This guy's wow. We just read what he's doing. You survive? I don't think we're not even done yet. He's still going. This guy from her own backyard. You know, like it was kind of like on a whim. Like he used anything around to get it done. You know, that's a scary man. You know, that's a desperate man. Yeah. Huh, Jay? Let's read a little more. See how crazier he can get. See if you could survive, really survive him. You think you can, but that was right. He's picked up a pipe. On May 4th, 1980. Take a good look at him. You want to take a look at him? Take a look at this fucking guy. On May 4th, 1980, Barber was arrested and imprisoned for breaking into a flea market. While incarcerated, he confessed to Ingram's murder and that of 3 others in Dallas County. A 39-year-old woman, a man, and another woman was beaten and assaulted and shot 3 times in the head on January 17, 1979, before being dumped in a wooded area near Mesquite. Barber claimed to have engaged in assault activity with 2 of the corpses after death. I might leave soon, not now. Oh, thank you. It's okay, Jay. You're good, brother. Appreciate the time even you're spending, man. Hope you have a great night. I'm just going to be here reading. Anybody? Let's do the next one. Oh, yeah. So he was sentenced to death, and he was executed by lethal injection. There's a note he wrote. His last words: Barber was executed by lethal injection. Barber's last words were, "Hello, Mrs. Ingram. It's good to see you. I said I could talk, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I heard one of your nieces had some angry words. I didn't have anything to do with that stay. I spent the last 20 years waiting to figure out what's going on. I pray that you get over it, and that's the only thing I can think to say. I'm regretful for what I've done, but I'm a different person from that time. If you could get to know me over the years, you could have seen it. I got some people over here that believes that. I want to talk to my friends over here for a second. Well, it's good to see you guys. Look after Mary Lynn for me. Like I said, I've called my mother already, so she knows goodbye." All right, shit. That's his last words. So, yeah, Jay said, Poll says, would you survive Danny Barber? Yeah, I'm leaning towards you, Jay. I think I'd survive as well. We'd have to do him in, you know, with his own pipe, yeah? Shove it up his own fucking ass, yeah? Piece of shit. What the fuck? Hold on, there was this chick I clicked, all right? I'm not gonna rob you of this girl, all right? This lady, this one. Let's do this one. Ended up. See if you could take a chick. A murder serial killer chick. Can you take her, bro? Okay. This one would survive. All right, Jay. Take a look at Margie Velma Barfield. Would you survive? I can't even spell. Would you survive? You know the deal. Would you survive? All right. Okay, it's getting late. I guess take a look at her. You can see this mean old bitch. Look at this bitch. Mean, bro. Can't get her still. See her eyes still. Fucking mean, bro. All right, whatever. I can't get her. She's not coming in good. She's different color. She's a mean ass color. But what she did was, what did she fucking do? fuck is all this, dude? There's a lot of shit here, Jay. Are you anywhere for vacation? No, bro. I am at my home right here. I'm YouTubing it all month long. And then after this month, if I don't get enough donations to the Cash App, I'm done. I can't keep streaming, dude. I gotta pay bills, you know? So yeah, bro. No, I'm on vacation, man. This is trying to do it as a profession. I am a reviewer, professional reviewer / movie reviewer. And that's what's up. And I do readings. I do readings and, you know, reviews on serial killers and cool stuff if I think it's something cool to do at night or whatever, you know? Just on the fly, bro. But I'm going live, bro. There's no more edited videos for YouTube. I'm demonetized a long time ago. So I'm here to expose as well these movie reviewers on YouTube. I know. Yeah. Sucks. Look, it sucks. But Jay, you're sweet, bro. Thank you, man. You're cool, brother. It doesn't matter, bro. Even you just coming up here is cool shit, brother. So... all right. But no. Jade is by the picture, huh, brother? Come on, she ain't a sweetheart? What's the matter, bro? It's like everybody's grandma trying to get her on the cam. Everybody's like grandma, she doesn't want to get her on the cam. But she is a mean old bitch, huh? So basically, do you want me to read it word for word, or do you want me to sum it up in my words? You know, it's like, what's better, reading it off Wiki or, oh, ISN press. As if it would survive. Nah, right? You think you could take this old hag, huh? Do you want me to sum it up? Or do you want me to read word for word, brother, off Wiki? What's better? A late night reading constantly, or just me summing up this crazy fucks? Sum it up, right? Okay, good. So basically, this is Velma. This is Margie Velma Barfield. And she's your worst fucking grandma. She marries dudes and kills them. And that's what she does. And takes their money, takes their house. In 1974, she poisons you, basically. All right? She's like the Black Widow. A nasty old Black Widow bitch that be taking your shit. And she's nasty. She was so nasty that they had to kill this bitch. They had to wipe her off the face of the earth because she was poisoning her own family members. Yeah. Margie here was killing her own family with poison. Yeah. And she's all fucked up on drugs herself and alcohol. She needed money. She's getting in debt, killing everybody that she knew. Her own fucking mother. Yeah, with poison. Diarrhea, vomiting, stress, fucking up, intense vomiting the mother was going through all of a sudden. Yeah. That's some crazy shit. Yeah, man. Poisoning people to death. And they found out, you know? They found out. She's forging checks, brother. Yo, everybody, he's right. Marge Simpson over here. Take a good look at her. Margie is fucking Velma, too. She's Scooby-Doo Velma, dude. She's not Linda Cardinelli, everyone. But this is your serial killer. She's poisoning. I would just avoid Marge Simpson. I love that. She's poisoning you when you come for Christmas dinner. She happens to be poisoning the turkey and the mashed potatoes. You know, you think you just have a bad case of diarrhea, but really you're fucking part of a murder plot here to steal your money and to take your house and, you know, get whatever she can. She's drugged, she's an alcoholic, she's taking pills. Velma over here, aka Marge Simpson. So we got a vote here. It says no. By accident, though. Jay hit it by accident. No, you wouldn't survive, huh? Margie poisoning you at Christmas? I agree, man. You know, that's a tough one. You know, she was executed by lethal injection for first-degree murder. She was convicted for writing bad checks, everyone. Margie over here died in 1978 in December, around Christmas time. Probably the same, you know what I mean? She got what was coming, right? Merry Christmas to you, Margie Simpson. I would go to the doctor. Yeah, man. Well, she was, the mother and was poisoned. She showed symptoms, right, of being poisoned with vomiting and shitting and throwing all up, you know. But she recovered a few days later. But later that year, she went to a Christmas visit and she fell ill again with the same system. But this time, she didn't walk away, brother. This time, Margie Velma Barfield made sure she put enough of this fucking poison in there that her mother was not going to survive. And then she started writing bad checks, you know, cashing the shit out of the mother's name. You know how you do back in the day, right? So you've seen Catch Me If You Can. You would survive, okay? So you're going to Christmas dinner here with grandma. You know, oh shit, you killed her own mother, bro. So what, you going to... fucking no, man. You survived that, dude? You survived getting poisoned at Christmas? Seriously, bro? You wouldn't eat the turkey? You would know it tastes funny? The mashed potatoes? Don't be lying to me about them sweet potatoes, Jay. I know you were fucking glutton for those. You cool? Okay. I thought you were glutton.
Like it. I hope you like it in the bathroom.
Oh, thank you. Love you.
Yeah.
I'll check it out later. So, Margie, we have... Jay says he survived this time. We're going to go to another one, everyone. I gave enough attention to Verma here, whatever the fuck her name was. She's sick. Oh, the real viewer has to answer it. That's right. I have to answer it. Would I survive? No. No. Because I love turkey. Looking at her, should we take another look at those eyes? Those eyes, those green eyes. You know what I mean? Get me every time in that turkey, man. I love my gravy. Yeah. I'd have to grub, bro. You know, I'm looking forward to that shit every year at grandma's. So she's got me. Margie's got the real reviewer on lock. I'm cooked, bro. Literally, I'm cooked because those sweet potatoes slap. Literally slap to death. Okay, here's somebody. Richard Gary Beach. All right, now we're gonna put his name up. There's no picture for this son of a bitch. Thank God. That's probably a good thing. He's probably one ugly ass motherfucking redneck, missing teeth. Just imagine that, everyone. We'll see where he comes from. We can get a good picture. Richard Gary Beach. Would you survive? Damn, I don't fucking know. We're gonna find out. We put a little knife, right? I don't know if he's killing with a knife, everyone. He could be poisoned. I should have put a fucking, you know. Shit, legit, yes? Okay. So it is 1:48 a.m. where I am. What time is it where you are? We are going strong. No, we're not. I'm fucking dying. Richard Gary Beach, would you survive? Let's read him. There is no picture. I think I did too much. I would. Yeah, dude. It's okay, Jay. You're telling the truth, brother. If you think you could be in one of these positions at Christmas dinner and sniff out that poison coming your way, all power to you, dude. You just better nudge me too before I put my fucking, you know, teeth on that fucking gravy, tongue on the gravy. Yo, let's read about Richard Gary Beach, okay? And would you survive the serial killer? There's no picture of Mr. Beach, so we're gonna just see where he's from. Kansas, everyone. Topeka, Kansas. All right, and I believe he was killing in Missouri. So you just think about a straw and a straw hat, you know, and the straw in the mouth and a little accent, and we're good to go. So Richard Gary Beach here, Mr. Hickman, serial killer, is an American. Okay, I'm gonna sum it up because, right, Jay? You think I should sum this up my way, the rumor of your way, and then you make your decision if you can survive this sucker or not. Okay. All right, Richard Gary Beach, like I said, he said Hick. Just imagine Hick, you know, he's going to pick you up, probably a nice boy, a nice man. He's a mass murderer, though, everyone. He's a limousine driver. Oh, shit. I told you, he's picking people up. Oh, shit. So he's driving a limousine. He's a driver, guys, and he's a mass murderer because he's shot and killed 5 men, including his own stepson, his own sons, okay? Within a span of between 4 days, he did it. He stretched this shit out, killing his 4 sons. Mass murder over in a neighborhood in Missouri. They discovers the men's 4 bodies. They were men. Yeah, shit, grown fucking men he had. His fucking kids. Damn, no wonder why his stepbrothers, everyone. But this time, Mr. Farrell and Riley got exactly what was coming to him. Well, no, come on. He fucking murdered 4 people. His own children, men, later in their residence. He thought he killed all 5. Because he wanted to kill everyone because there was a lot of drug use going on in the house. And he was tired of it. I told you, what is this? A hick fucking mental illness and anger over drug use by his victims. More importantly, his stepson. Damn, is he fucking tortured? This man was tortured by his stepson, y'all. Y'all. Like that? Yeah, it's better. Okay, cool. So he was basically living with these people, his stepkids, okay, in a house. And you know, he was a shuttle worker and he was a limousine driver, right? So he's working hard every day. He's coming home and the house is a wreck, guys. His stepsons are fucking letting people over. This shit is a wreck. They're doing drugs in the crib. You know, they're shooting up, they're snorting up, they're smoking up. You know, like my viewer does, we smoke up in this beast. Stressing. They're stressing this man out, Mr. Beach. You know, Mr. Beach, Gary, or Richard, we're gonna call him Richard. I bet you his friends call him Gary, but we're gonna call him Richard. So Richard is coming home from work and he's just fucking tired. He's tired of this shit. He says that he felt trapped by his stepsons, especially this main one here, but I guess there was some collateral damage. Sorry, I'm laughing. It's just going through this and trying to decipher this and explain it my way is, yes and no. Yeah, right. Exactly. This is getting kind of fucking weird. So he can't take this shit no more, you know? And he's telling him to change or he's fucking had it. See, guys, everyone, you know, Richard here. Oh, fucking A. He's at this last straw. I think he's a midlife crisis, everyone. He's in his 40s at this point, right? So he's had enough of this shit. He's born in 1942, guys. He's not fucking dealing with this shit. So Jay, and whoever else fucking 2 people watching, he comes the fuck in one day, right? He comes in one day to his house. Holy shit, guys. You don't know if you want to know this. Do you want to know this? So Mr. Beach here is his no beach walk. Wow, guys. What the fuck? Whoever has to read this. So what he does is he shoots one person in his house because apparently they said they were using the drug cocaine. So he shot him dead right there. And then Mr. Beach claimed then he killed another person there because he was saving him from becoming like the other person that he just killed, being an addict. So he did him a favor. And then he killed his stepson as well because he didn't want him to be influenced. Oh my God. This is what I'm reading. This is his testimony. Some crazy bullshit. He drove him mad, basically, Jay. Richard was drove mad by them loitering in his house and doing drugs all day and not working and being dirty. So later that same day, he killed the stepson, like I said. Oh God, I told you he's gonna spare him the shame of becoming a failure and, you know, becoming a drug addict and going through the drug temptation potentially. This is some weird shit, guys. This guy was fucking ill. Richard, Mr. Beach here. So he walks in, he kills all these people, 3 people, for being drug heads, and that's that. Oh shit. What the fuck? He's killing people walking in his... He's got a beef. He killed all 5 men. He killed 5 people, everyone. And he covered their bodies one by one with covered quilts. And he wrote on index cards before placing on top of the covered bodies, writing each victim's names and their phone numbers. Wow, very, very... Someone like this, very scary. You know, he knows what he's doing. Oh, shit. In April 6th, 5 days later, his last killing, he called his daughter... And he confessed. He said, hey, I murdered everybody. They're dead in this fucking house. He told me, whatever, you know. Give himself up. He surrendered, guys. But he was found guilty. He was sentenced. And what was he sentenced to life? He was sentenced to a fucking mental order, whatever the fuck he was. He was mental. He had a lot of problems, as you heard there. But Jay, just by, you know, Mr. Beach or whoever's, you know, what do you think? There's no picture of Mr. Beach. Like I said, just imagine a redneck with a piece of straw in his mouth. And he killed everybody that walked into his home. because they were potential drug addicts, and he didn't like that. So, would you survive Mr. Beach? I say I would. Miro said he would survive Mr. Beach because he would mind game this dude. He would mind fuck him, you know? I won't be on no drugs. I was on drugs. I mind fuck you, dog. Come on, Gary. So, there we have Richard, everyone. And then the audience says they're really not, they're split on this. The audience, the Real Review audience is silent. They're just so in shock. Okay, here's another dude. So we're going to talk about one more. And then that's it. I was filling my head with this fucking baloney. This ain't no baloney, I'll tell you that. This is motherfucking beef that needs to be left in the freezer. So this serial killer, guys, more than one. In a span of time. Would you survive? Would you? I gotta take out his middle name. Thanks for the like. Oh, one more. Okay. Yeah, one more. Thank you for the like, by the way. Appreciate it. And for viewing. Thank you, Jay, and everyone else. Thank you for coming in and out, even for liking. Like I said, demonetized. If you really want to help the channel, donate to the Cash App. Rings True with the Z. Link on the channel page. Let's go. So this is Samarion Bell. All right? Samarion. Let's get a good look at this fucking vicious serial killer. So this is Samarion Bell. Take a good look at him. Right? There he is. Get him in your head as we're speaking. So with Samarion here, Samarion Bernard Bell here, oh God. He's got a job as a janitor at a warehouse. And he's involved in some scams, you know, cashing fraudulent checks. See? He's cashing fraudulent checks. He's working with his girlfriend doing this, okay? One of the people he's working with is arrested. All right? He believes they're gonna flip. All right, meaning that they're gonna rat, and they're gonna tell on him. And so what does he do? He arranges a meeting, and is a woman. He kisses her alone. He pulls out a gun. He shoots her 3 times. Boom, executes her. So he executes his girlfriend he's working with the money scheme or whatever scheme he was doing. She got arrested, afraid she was going to speak. He shoots her 3 times in the head, kills her. He kissed her, guys, kind of like a Judas Iscariot style here, and then shoots her 3 times in the head. So they don't say exactly where the shots, you know, the back of the head, front of the head, but it's in the head. She's dead 3 times. He made sure. Sick son of a bitch. So they just find the body, and there's no conclusive evidence linking him to the crime. Not at all. Not the kiss, guys. You know, not the DNA from the kiss. Not the fingerprints. You know, there's nothing. You know, as you see here, the cops didn't have the kiss. You know what I mean? He took it with him. So, the fuck was that, guys? What the hell is that? No conclusive evidence linked her boyfriend to the crime. Really? He's the boyfriend. Doesn't that link him as far as I'm concerned? All right, everyone. What he does here is this motherfucker over here. He gotta get some more money, right? So after doing all this shit and getting away with it, there's no heat on him. He's straight gravy. You know, he's closest clip with this motherfucker. Come here. So when he's trying to disappear, like he's trying to escape. He hatched another plan. So what he's gonna do is he knows somebody with the house or something. He's gonna go over there over false pretenses. He's gonna get in the house and he's gonna take some money. I could survive. Oh, I'm the opposite gender. I'm male. No, you're good, brother. It's cool, Jay. I can survive. Ah, 2 people say they can survive this man. Wow, really, really, hold on, hold on. You could survive, Samir. No, I'm getting real here. Okay. So he hatches a plan. Hold on, let's finish his crime here to make him a serial killer. Um, they were all shot to death. And he hit all the bodies. So he shot a couple people, more people here. He killed 3 more people. So he killed 3 of them and took all their money and shit and lured them to a house and shot and executed them all and hid their bodies. And that's it. And they found the bodies because the foul smell coming out the vehicle. Somebody reported it. And he's arrested. He's in prison for life. That's it. His life in prison. What do you think? Yeah? Because a few people say can survive him. Jay says he can survive this man. He doesn't look... He looks like, what? Like a regular comedian, right? Like a comedian actor, right? Like a nice guy. Help you with the door. But if he sees you with money, he's your next target. You're the next target. So... Yeah, you know, but you could survive this, man, right? You'd see that shit coming. You'd have that peace, right? You'd have that damn peace in 2003. Fucking run up on this motherfucker. Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't come to the house, right? But you wouldn't come to the house, right? He's calling you to the house. Committed a first-degree murder. So, you know, he really was a cold son. You know, apparently that murder of his girlfriend was pretty fucking cold-blooded. You know what I'm saying? That kiss was cold-blooded. For some reason, this kiss is being mentioned. So I believe in the trial. I don't know for sure, but damn, that's some dirty ass shit. Whoa, scared me. Oh my son scared me the fuck out of me. I'm scared reading these. Yeah, you got me.
I know you're doing something scary on there.
Yeah, typo not. Oh, but he is not. Okay. Yeah, he's not scary. That's what the scary part is, you know, the nicest, right? Looking motherfucker. Yeah. You're right. But see, you're right. We could survive him because we're not going to be lured to the house, right? That's number 1. But this girlfriend thing is what scares me. You know, he kisses her. Everything's straight gravy. You know, don't worry. It's kind of like Black Mass, right? With Depp, with the chick, with Bolger, right? She gets flipped on, right? She gets arrested. And he's like, don't worry, it's all good, right? It ain't all good. This is exactly what happened here. It's pretty brutal. It's very, very execution style. 3 times, too, not just 1 time. You know, he made sure, like, this motherfucker was brutal. So that worries me. But the real family will answer this, and I say, yes, we can survive. I'm with you, Jay, once again with the other voter out there in the real reviewer audience. Yes, I could survive. We're not going to the house, guys. And if we get flipped, we're not going to be answering his phone call and to speak to him alone about anything. You know, we need to just stay with the police, right, if we're going to flip and go on witness protection and don't be stupid. So, yeah, we would survive. I'll try to come back tomorrow. No, thank you, Jay. Hey, Jay, I do it all day and day, brother. A whole bunch of different streams. Thank you for joining this one, man. Have a good night. Get some rest, Jay. Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. But we're still doing this. I'm still going. Give me a minute. I will take intermission. Give us a couple of minutes intermission. We're coming back. I want to do some more. See if we can get some more kills. Can you survive? Okay, everyone, I'm sorry about going away. Oh, my phone is so high. Bye, Jay. See you, buddy. Thanks for the like. Okay, everyone, hang in there. We're taking intermission. I will be back in a few shakes of a lamb's tail. Actually, I'm going to take you with me.